Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to run here. The Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. We did have another video crossing 3,000 likes. Now we're only 9 away. Can you believe it? Single digits from Hush Delirium Week. Thank you all very much for the support on the Isaac series, as well as on the shorts, and those of you coming over on TikTok as well. I really appreciate all of the support. Remember, this video gets 3,000 likes. We go on to the next one. That one gets 3,000 likes. Go on to the next one. Keep the streak going. Thank you all again so much. Here's your meme of the day, Breaking Bad meme of the day, sent in here by For Real Robot on the Sinvicta subreddit. Top thread was when Sinvicta expected to show everyone why pills are the worst. Then in the thread they said, I love it when pills get used. I hope this means Sinvicta will be more open to taking them in the future, not bloody likely. Game, wonderful pills. Sinvicta, he can't get getting away with it. Yeah, I've been rewatching Breaking Bad. I think I talked about that last week, and it's like it's seriously like my 10th time. Oh my gosh, we got the D4. 9 Juliet Mike Romeo Zulu 0 Sierra Charlie. We started with Eden's, or we didn't start, but we got Eden's Blessing towards the tail end of yesterday's run. That's the reason why we're starting out with a secondary item, which in this case is going to be Pisces. Pisces gives us a nice tears rate, and it does give us a little bit of the knockback, which we have to be a little bit careful about. We also started with Latchkey. Now, I'm of two minds about this, because on one hand, it's great. It's a great start. We have good tears rate thanks to Pisces. It breaks the tears cap. You know, tears rate is frequently going to be that one stat at the beginning that we're just kind of worried about, and this time we don't have to really worry about it, even though we're not that far ahead of Isaac base tears. It's still good, right? But we have the ability to re-roll, and that means that we can get rid of Latchkey, which has already done its job, which is just give us 2 keys and a soul heart, and that's it. Okay, so on one hand, oh wow, look at that. We just get a tears rate upgrade there. On one hand, we could say that we're just fine with this build and see where it goes. On the other hand, we could say, you know what? I'd like to maximize the potential of this run. Let's get rid of a passive item that is not doing anything for us right now, and possibly re-roll into something better. Okay. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and I think that you could definitely argue in either way. We just got done having a really, really solid black rune, which gave us a damage upgrade and a tears upgrade just for the sprinkler. So that's a permanent base upgrade that we don't have to worry about re-rolling into or out of. So right now we have more reasons to than not to re-roll. But let's see what the boss gives us. That was a stupid play by me. And Black Haunt. Black Haunt is also not really one of the best bosses for us to fight, and I think we're gonna hold. Let's hold until we see what the devil deal is going to give us. That's usually the baseline for where I determine whether or not we need to re-roll something. I'm going to use a bomb here to get that soul heart back. A little bit upset at myself for letting that happen. Get this tarot card as well. It's gonna be a Hangman card, which I don't think we can use here. At least not anywhere that makes sense anyway. So yeah, Super Secret Room is there, by the way, but we don't have a bomb, so that's okay. We're on last week's question of the episode here. I accidentally clicked off of it. Sorry about that. Last week's question of the episode coming in from the Big Man Ultra Greed episode. This one was a little bit long one, and it was from, I'm going to say Fedecote. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I'm probably not. The question of the episode, Hi Sinvicta, I wondered if you noticed any changes in your playstyle over the years, like maybe different items or different strategies. I'm curious to hear it because I feel like your playstyle has always been pretty consistent, but maybe you noticed some differences. As far as me noticing differences, I would say probably not. Definitely in the Repentance Plus years, the ones that we're in right now, there has been a pretty noticeable change in the amount of risk that we're taking. I'm a little bit more apt to taking blind items, a little bit more apt to taking pills in the right situation. But I do think that overall, my playstyle probably hasn't changed all that much. That I've noticed. But you guys and gals are the ones who are seeing these every day. I mean, I'm just recording them, so I don't I don't truly think that there's been any major changes, no big philosophy changes or anything like that as far as strategy is concerned. I am a lot more strategy consistent now, whereas before, you know, during Rebirth and Afterbirth even Afterbirth Plus, I was playing just to play, you know, like kind of not really entering into the role of like a teacher or like someone who's I'm trying to help other people learn how to play the game in a better way. But I think that it's sort of the natural progression whenever you do this for as long as I have. You're just kind of like, yeah, that's. I think that I honestly don't think the series would have that much of an appeal if it was just me playing constantly and then not really talking, just like oh, we have a little mini stro. Okay, well we got a penny here. You know, like I think that it adds a lot of value to the videos and the content. If I add the sort of teaching part of it all. Very mad that we lost that soul heart again. We should not have lost that soul the second time. The soul heart the second time. Getting real sick of these green flies. So yeah, so I don't know if my playstyle has changed at all that much. Maybe the philosophy have changed a little bit. But I'm kind of unwilling to budge on a lot of stuff. If something works for me, like I'll put it to you this way: if there's a technique that I find in like say a fighting game or like Monster Hunter or something, so you know some kind of technical way of doing things, I will simply actually you know what the best scenario that I can use to illustrate this is Dungeon Fighter Online, a game that most of you probably haven't played by now. Dungeon Fighter Online, when it first came out, it had really wonky bad controls. It was not a game that was supposed to be played on mouse and keyboard. You could, but it was really designed for a controller. And back in those days, I was like, a controller on the PC? That's unheard of. What kind of technology exists? This is my back in those days voice. And I sort of acclimated to just playing with the mouse and keyboard to the point of now, like, I can't picture myself playing the game without it. Another Tears upgrade here, and we get Rotten Baby, and I'm really tempted to re-roll this. Yeah. Oh. Yeesh. Our range got shot straight to hell. Oof. We did get the wafer, though. And there's a Sacrum Shuffle here, but ooh, man, I don't know about this one. We do also have Spectral Tears, but wow, our tears rate. And actually, now that I think about it, an even better example than DFO would have been StarCraft. StarCraft 2 in particular. Coming up with a ninja push. I adapted a style, a strategy that was shown to me originally by Root Cats. There's the name from way back when. And he played this build, and I really liked the look of it. It was very unorthodox, very weird, and very difficult to pull off on a competitive level. And I ended up making that build for my own and adopted some good timings and everything like that, and unit composition, and it took me all the way to basically Grandmaster in StarCraft 2. So, and that's just the build that I did. Literally the build I did all the way through every expansion of StarCraft 2. So, you know, once I find something that works for me, I'm very it's very hard to get me out of like, you know, hey, this sucks, or hey, this isn't the right way to do things. That's why, like, I always enjoy finding the strategies that work for me and not for other people, because it's like, yeah, this is my own strategy. I like this. I like playing non-meta stuff. I like doing in Magic or whatever. I like doing like mill decks and stuff, which is not necessarily non-competitive, but also kind of like it's a unique way to play. Whoa, all right. So point being is that if I find something I like, I really, really like it, then I just stick with it if it works. If it doesn't work, then I keep changing up until something does work. And in this case, my style and my strategies and my thinking on a lot of things in Isaac haven't really needed to change a whole lot. I'm not saying that's the best thing, but I'm just saying that's the thing. Also, we lost way too much HP here. Thank God we had the wafer, because we actually may have died. I can't do Monsters Lung here. Get wire coat here. We rolled into Mom's Knife, actually, which is also okay, I think. Give me a moment. I got a text from Papa Victa. Making sure he's okay. Thank you again, everybody. He's he had another. Well, he had another thing done. It was a medical procedure that he needed to get done, but he's okay. Anyway, okay, Harlequin baby. It's my fault. I told you to fire. That's on me. I couldn't do Monsters Lung anymore. We get Mom's Knife, which is obviously going to be a nice item to roll into. I don't know if it's going to be the item that we stick with, but we'll find out. You know, but you go back, it's sort of like it's sort of a pattern of mine as well. If you go all the way back to even watching my old Warcraft PvP movies, you know, once I find something I really, really, really dig, and other people were really digging it, then I'm like, yeah, then it's, hey, look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's kind of how my Isaac strategies have always been. Now that may not be for everybody, obviously. It may not be always the most entertaining, but you know, as long as the majority of people are enjoying everything, that's really all that matters to me. We need to be very cautious here with our HP, especially if we're going to keep on rolling. I don't like Harlequin baby, even though she's okay. I'd rather not have her than have her. Sinus infection is totally irrelevant when it comes to Mom's Knife, and Bum Friend is just stupid. So is Dark One. An old bandage. Well, it's anti-grav. We have a lot more tears, a lot less damage. Little Brimmy. Yeah, I'm just not feeling the anti-grav. Again, it's when we had anti-grav last time when we started with it, it's something that you can totally just cancel out by just tap firing, but it's I don't want to tap fire today. Let's see, we got Midas Touch, Athame. Good movement speed. Purgatory. I think we can roll this. We got Latchkey again. Of course we did. I don't know how. We would not have dodged that if we didn't have the movement speed upgrade. You know what? You deal with Purgatory. Well, Bethany's going to spawn us 6 wisps. And we got to be careful with that one Fire Mine one, because it will do that, as you just saw. I'm pretty sure that those can hit Isaac. Good damage there by Athame, though. Yeah, see, this is bad. I don't know why or how the Soul of Bethany decides to do that. But that Dynamite Wisp that you just saw right there causes us to get hit twice. And if that's the case, then I will never be using the Soul of Bethany again, unless we have some kind of explosion immunity. We cannot afford to have that, especially in a low-life situation like we're in right now. And that's where those kind of philosophies are bred from. They, you know, it's like, yeah, this happens once. It may seem like at least keep an open mind about it. No, that's a one-and-done thing for me. Soul Bethany does occasionally do that, but this time it actually did cost us and put us in danger. We're still not, by the way, we're not out of the danger. I want to be absolutely clear on that. We are nowhere near clear of the danger. I am the one who knocks, Skylar. Athame doing work for us. It's hard to me to let go of Athame. Purgatory is also going to be one that's going to be difficult to let go of. I wish we could use Midas Touch, but we have no way of doing... We have no invincibility whatsoever. We need to double back and go find the item room. Yeah, this one's an oddball of a run so far. Room's there, by the way. Okay, well we have a second reroll if we need it. Purgatory, I thought you were gonna go this way. There we go, Athame. And we're being highly, highly cautious right now. If I take the mine, then we're done re-rolling. Yeah, I'm gonna throw in the towel there. The mind is full mapping, full compass effect, and blue map effect. And if we end up re-rolling and then taking the mind afterwards, then I'm gonna end up being locked into whatever we re-roll into once or twice on this floor because that other full charge. So Athame is good enough to carry us through most situations in the early game to mid game, which is where we're at right now. And Purgatory can help us out with secondary damage. The thing is, though, is that we don't have great anything other than our tears rate, and even then it's not really that great. Our shot speed's okay. But that's about it. Now, another thing we could do is we could go into the curse room and then come out of it and then go into the boss trap room. And if there's an HP upgrade that drops from Bighorn here, then that's probably what we'll end up doing. But first things first, we got to get through this without dying. I got to give plenty of wide berth there to the Bomber Boy bombs. Bomber Boy bombs are also definitely under consideration for, you know, our primary source of damage if we get enough bombs. And we failed a 68% deal with the devil. So now we are going to go into the curse room. Okay, don't ever do that again. Don't you ever bounce like that again, game. That was some ridiculous delay there. And Blood Clot is, there's no downside to it, but the downside is having to do a boss rush, or a boss trap room for it. Okay, we got a long way to go here. No mini boss means that we're probably going to be seeing another greed fight here on this floor. That would be definitely on point. And yeah. Now's when we need the wafer. There's usually a tinted rock in this room, but this time there's not. There's not even a double tinted rock. And sometimes there is. You need to go back and reset those pink fires real quick, and we can also drop a bomb. We've got plenty of them. If you're wondering why I'm doing that, it's just to reset the targeting cooldown on those fires. Well, maybe you wouldn't be surprised if you play the game, but those fires track you very, very, very quickly. Gotta be careful of the knockback here. Parasite likes to knock stuff around. Oh wait, no, we don't have the Parasite. What am I talking about? Don't listen to me. hallowed ground, which is not bad. If we take any damage, we're going to be able to at least punish the game for it. So either by our hand or by the game's hands, it destroys the poop pile. Whenever we take damage, it's going to drop a white poop on the ground. And that white poop is going to give us a massive, and I mean absolutely massive, amount of damage. Did get a greed fight, technically. Just wasn't where I thought it would be. Wow. Great job by Purgatory. I don't know if we were going to get tuned up right there, but it looked like it. And lucky us, we get to wait till floor 5 till our next devil deal. There's a tinted rock in this room here. Right, meow. It did give us 2 soul hearts, so I'm pretty thankful for that. Humbling Bundle is going to make it to where we don't have to worry about money, at least, or any drops for the rest of this run. Look at Scorpio doing the good deed, getting us some damage here. Again, usually a tinted rock in this room, but not this time. Now we have a very, very outside shot at getting boss rush. We would have to really book it. And the fact that we have a chance with 3.32 damage is quite absurd. We're going to utilize Purgatory a lot here just because I don't really want to be using too many more bombs on... I will use 1 bomb on the mask itself, but not on the heart. And we can just simply shoot the heart. There we go. Yay. Of course, there's nothing wrong with black powder. Very, very consistently good item if you have the movement speed, which we kind of don't right now. But that being said, it is not a lose half of our HP, more than half of our HP good. We do get the Fool card here, so I mean, we know where the mom fight is. There is an almost 0% chance that we get boss rush here, but I'm gonna try. And there's no way, right? If we take damage early here with Hallowed Ground, we might have a chance. But we would have to take damage. Also have Midas Touch. There we go. And okay, what about that game? What? All right. Well, you all saw it first. You saw it happen. Game just likes to change its rules on you sometimes, and in this case, it deliberately took away our Hallowed Ground, so that pretty much takes away any chance of us getting boss rush now, and I'm beyond annoyed about that. That's hey, at least I'm glad I recorded it because no one would believe me. That's unbelievable, dude. It's like, and we didn't even get a devil deal. That's absurd. Like, it really is absurd. So, for those of you who don't know what just happened there, we took damage, and Hallowed Ground didn't spawn. It fell to the ground, and then just nothing happened. Taurus actually is not a bad shout with Midas Touch, especially if we end up getting another greed fight, which it looks like we're probably going to. No, we didn't. We need all the things here right now. Except King Baby. We don't need King Baby. My candle is going to give us a soul heart and stop us from getting curses. It's too late. Well, I should have bought that soul heart. I am going to take Potato Peeler and just get rid of our damage upgrade. Or just get rid of our HP, I mean. That way, we have at least a little bit of damage. But this is... We're in danger territory here. I'm going to willingly take Taurus because I don't trust this run at all. It does lower our movement speed back, so we basically just undid what we just got done doing, which was getting stopwatch. But stopwatch at least is going to help out our survivability by slowing everything down. And with Taurus, we're going to be able to at least use Midas Touch, but also use the orbital. Also, is anyone noticing that Taurus has not been moving up our movement speed? Is the game just broken now? What's going on? I guess maybe because we walked into that room and we bombed our way out, it just decided that we had already been to that room before. I don't know. Even though we didn't clear the room at all. This is definitely a wait for Taurus room here. Now, with Midas Touch, this is going to give us a good opportunity to get a lot more money, which is then going to also allow us to create even more damage here. So Taurus Midas Touch was definitely a good shout. We also get to deal damage with the orbital. The amount of damage that you deal, the contact damage that you deal with Midas Touch is dependent on how much money you have at the time. So right now we're going to be dealing a lot more damage with 55 cents than we did with 18 cents walking into this room. Which also helps, that helps strengthen the idea of getting Humbling Bundle, just so we can increase our money gain. So in case we somehow, for some whatever reason, have to use our money for like a judgment, we can get it right back and maintain our Taurus Midas Touch combo. Yeah, we call this the golden bull build here, and I like it. I don't like this room though. Consistently one of my least favorite rooms in the game. At your bottom dollar, we're gonna be waiting for Midas Touch here. We have a bomb, but there's a super secret room, obviously. We fallen. I'm gonna hold on to this reverse chariot card till we absolutely need it. We shouldn't need it against Fallen, especially with stopwatch. So look at the damage there from Midas Touch. There we go. We froze him just barely enough in time. Oh, that was okay. Mom's knife. I'm tempted, but we can't. Yeah, this is a run that is capable of spiraling out of control. We've got to be careful here. You know, Isaac is about adapting and responding to the situations, and right now we got ourselves a problem. That problem is a severe lack of damage, and the only way that we have been able to skate by so far out of the womb was because of Midas Touch and Taurus. So I'm really, really glad that at least we took Taurus. Justice card, Magician, 2 of spades, doubles our keys. Yeah, I think this reverse chariot card is gonna be bigger than anticipated, but okay, we do get a damage upgrade. That's good. We need HP here. Didn't get it. There's a dice room on this floor as well. The stapler at least just gives us raw damage, which is always going to be useful. And again, with each cent that we pick up, literally every cent that we pick up, the more damage we're going to be dealing with our contact damage from Midas Touch. And when we hit 99 cents, it does a lot of damage. Not significant enough to warrant like, oh my god, it does ungodly damage, but it does deal a good portion of damage. This is a Midas Touch room if I've ever seen one. Anything that we freeze with the Midas Touch aura is going to give us money. Although Athame did kind of screw us there, but we're at 99 cents anyway, so. Not sure what hit who over there, but we still charge penny. Even though we don't have anything that can get charged, we can still use it for possibly, maybe some kind of crazy satanic Bible, Book of Revelations play in the chest. There we go. So you'll really get a sense of how strong Midas Touch is on It Lives here in a second. So take a mental note of how much damage we're dealing with our tiers right now, and then watch the HP bar when Taurus kicks in. Yeah, that's without the orbital actually hitting her too. We finally get to use the Hallowed Ground aura a little bit. There's Aquarius doing its thing. Mom puts an end to that. Yeah, so we really got to front load our damage here. Isaac is going to be a nightmare. Isaac is not going to be fun. Even if we get HP, it's going to be a long struggle against Isaac. Purgatory, you could not have picked a worse spot. Luckily, we have Taurus. I would absolutely take 9 lives. So Pride, if you want to drop it, I ain't gonna hate you. And yeah, he did. Thank you, Pride. Well, I'll be Gul'dan. I'll be gall darn. But Isaac is still going to be a nightmare. He is, he's problematic, that Isaac. In more ways than one. But I think what the plan is going to be. I've been sitting here trying to think of what we need to do against Isaac. We got 9 lives now, which is that assures us at least we won't. At least I don't think so. We won't lose. But I think what we do is we wait for Taurus, and then when we are point blank with Isaac, we instantly use the reverse chariot card if we don't push him over. Let's see. Didn't quite go the way I wanted, but we have Purgatory here, so Purgatory may send him over, or things get too out of hand. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so we didn't end up having to use the reverse chariot card, because right now the reverse chariot card is completely useless. There's no way that he's going to line up nice and pretty for us. But we got past the hard part. Easy part's just remaining now. Honestly, I'm glad that we stuck with this reroll too. It allowed me to show off a combo that you really don't see all that often with the Golden Bull. Now, on top of that, it really gives you an idea of the power of Athame, and Purgatory too. Purgatory does an adequate job at dealing damage, but it's certainly not enough damage to be considered even like secondary damage. Definitely not primary damage. You know, you got to be creative. You got to be creative with how you navigate the murky waters of an Isaac run, especially if you're playing as Eden. And that's the reason why I love it. That's the reason why Eden is my favorite character to play, because it always gives you different challenges every single run. You know, you're not always starting with the same base stats or same items, that sort of stuff. You're always challenged. Now, of course, there are harder characters to play. You could do. I mean, I know people who do Tainted Lost streaks. You know, I know people who do Tainted Jacob streaks and that sort of stuff, and that is amazing. I wish I could enjoy those characters like they do, but I just simply don't. And I still enjoy just the pure randomness of Eden. It really does test your knowledge of all Isaac items, of how to kind of adapt to many variable situations. And it's just a all-around fresh experience every single time. Oh my god. Athame said hoof. Well, we had a fantastic second chest here with us getting Cricket's body, Spoonbender, and then also we also got Host Hat, which I need to remember. We're actually immune to explosions now. And we get a Golden Bomb, and we're going to be able to end it with a solid spam of Rocket in a Jar, Golden Bomb, Bomber Boy. That is amazing. With Host Hat, brother. So at the end of the day, it ended up being a pretty damn good run. A pretty fun run, even though our stats don't really show the whole story here. It was a good time. And if you had a good time on your way to this Friday and onto the weekend, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite synergy that you saw in this video was so far, and let me know if you've ever had the Golden Bull strategy, and have you done other things with Taurus besides this. So it was an all-around good experience, and let me know who your favorite character is to play as Isaac as well. I'd love to know. Do you play Eden for the same reason that I do? Do you like to play harder characters? Do you like to play easier characters? Post them in the comments. There are no wrong answers, of course. Or go to the Sinvicta Discord, which you can access by being a Twitch sub, a YouTube paid membership sub, or a patron out there on the Patreon Mosh Pit. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Have a great start to your weekend, everybody. As always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like, thanks to pages of mine like Ionis Z, Kylie Smith, and Nicholas Fernald. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.